Hi, boys and girls, it's Miss Angela here, and I am wearing some crazy sunglasses today because guess what? It's summertime. So I've got my sunglasses on. I'm getting ready to go out and get a little suntan. But before I do that, we are going to draw. Now, I'm going to remove these so I can see you a little bit better. And today is day 152 days of drawing together. And now we're going to do something that has to do with summertime, like a symbol of summer. Now, it's something we take to the pool. It's something we take to the beach. Sometimes we just play with this in our yard. So we are going to draw, have you guessed? A beach ball. We're going to draw a giant beach ball, but we're going to do it the same way that we drew our cherries last week. We're going to use crayons. So I want you to get a pencil and crayons and your paper, and we're going to learn how to push harder and push softer to make a shadow or shading on it. So the first thing we're going to do is we are going to draw a circle. Now, I couldn't find my marker here. I got my marker. You've got a pencil. So if you don't push really hard, if you do it sketchy like we've done before, if you don't do a perfect circle, you can erase it and keep trying to get your circle pretty round. Now, if you're just having a hard time doing a circle, you could do something like this. You can grab a paper plate, you can put it on your paper, and you can trace right around it. And then you'll have a perfect circle. It's kind of an easy way to make a circle. Now, I'm going to wing it, so mine might not be perfect. So just, if it's a little crooked, don't email me and say, oh, Miss Angela, that was the most crooked beach ball I've ever seen. All right, let's start. I'm going to make mine really big because my paper is really big. So let's see if I can do a circle, at least from the side. I'm going to start here. I'm going to go all the way around. I'm going to try to keep it nice and round. Try to think where the round circle is going to be. It's a little lopsided, but that's okay. And meet right back up. So now I have got a circle. Mine's a little squish. Maybe somebody sat on this beach ball. All right, so now we've got the shape of our beach ball. Now, where all the colors come in together, there's usually kind of a white circle. Now, we don't want to make it a circle. We want to have perspective, like we're looking at it from the side. So we're only going to see it in an egg shape. So right about up here, now in the middle, you can put it in the middle, but I'm going to put mine on the side. And I'm going to do an egg shape right here. And mine's going to be a pretty squished egg too. So that is the top of the beach ball. Now we want to do our colors. This is a trick. Now we can do our very first line right here, right down through the center, just like that. That is going to be straight. Now none of the other ones are going to be straight. This is a trick how you can make it look round. So I'm going to do my next color, start it here, but I got to remember this thing here is invisible on the other side of it. So I always want to kind of come down to right below it. Now, this side of my beach ball is curved, so I want to follow that same exact curve. And I'm going to start here, and I'm going to curve it down, and I'm going to pretend that thing is right under there that I got to meet up with, and I've got that side of my beach ball. Now I'm going to do the same thing right here, but this side of the ball is curved. So we're going to come down here, and we're going to go just like that. You don't want to bring it right into this. You want to leave a little bit of space. See how I made space? So when you were drawing it, if you came down and connected to this line, you can use your eraser and erase it and leave a little bit of space there, because that has to go all the way under the ball to connect to that other one. Now, it's kind of empty up here. So here's the tricky part. You're going to put a little tiny line here, but you want to make it like a little curve. You don't want to make it straight. The only straight line on our beach ball is our middle one. So I'm going to go right here, connect it, and I'm going to make a line like that. It's going that way. Now over here, I'm going to do the same thing, but I'm going to have it curving this way. This is where erasers come in pretty handy in case you goof up. Now you have got a beach ball. Look how cool that looks. All right, now it's the fun part. Now we get to color it. I'm just debating. I think you can handle it. Never mind. I'm gonna do this without joining. Now I've got all my primary colors here. I picked red, blue, orange, green, and yellow. Now, those are good colors to do. Now I'm gonna start over here with my blue. I didn't use my marker this time. I used it on the cherries to make the light spots where it's lighter and darker. This time I'm gonna use the crayon, so you don't see it quite as much. All right, so I'm going to draw that part where the light is hitting my beach ball. I'm going right down along the curve, and coming right back up like that. You see how I don't, can you see it? Hopefully you can see it here. I made that part is going to be where the light is hitting it. So now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to color all that in. Oh, this is a very nice color blue. I wonder what color blue it is. I don't know. It's a nice color though. Nice and beachy, summery looking. Now summer vacation is here, so I wonder what everybody's doing. Some people go to the beach. Some people go to lakes. Some people go to, you know, just the pool. Other people just are on baseball teams and all different fun stuff you do in the summer. Maybe you just go play with your friends or go down to the park. You don't have to go away to have a good time in summertime. And you don't have to go away to water to use a beach ball either. They just call it a beach ball because you see it a lot at the beach. All right, I'm going to turn my canvas up a little bit here. Oops, I'm losing it. Oh, I like when I did that better, that I didn't put the marker in there. When I did the cherries, I thought, oh, you shouldn't have done that. You should have just waited and did the color. All right, now I'm going to put this color aside because I'm going to come back and use it. Now maybe I am going to use, I don't know, let's use orange here. So it's a lot of coloring, And I'm going to leave this white in the middle. Now maybe on the other side is the little plug. You know, there's a little plug you pull out to blow them up with. I didn't bother putting it on this side. So that's the other side. Oh my goodness, I got to tighten this up. I'm losing my picture every time I draw. It goes farther away from me. All right, looking nice, looking nice. And this is the bigger ones. They get smaller as they get smaller slices as they get farther away from you. That's called perspective. Although all these stripes are supposed to be exactly the same size to your eye as they go around the ball, they kind of disappear a little bit. All right, my orange is done. I'm going to put this aside. Now, I don't want to do red here because I think it would be too close to the orange. So maybe I will do, I don't know, maybe I'll do green. I think green would be a good color. You can pick whatever colors you want to have your beach ball. Sometimes you can get beach balls in all different colors. I'm just going kind of with the traditional. Traditional means what you normally see. Let's move this over. My goodness, I'm having a hard time with my easel today. And I'm going to color that in all green. There we go. Oh, it makes me want to go to the beach doing this. All right, looking nice. Almost done. I like using crayons sometimes because they kind of are softer looking than marker. Colored pencils are nice too. All right, up here I am going to use red because I want to do something just like that. And if I use yellow, you won't be able to see it. So I'm going to do a smaller, just a littler one. Right here, I'm going to do a little bit where the sun is hitting the top of my beach ball. So I don't want to color that in. I'm going to go all around it. And now you could do these in any color you want. Or once you practice and you know how to draw a beach ball, you draw a whole bunch of them together. They could be all different sizes. All right. And then I'll do my yellow over on the far side. And I'm gonna peel it just a little tiny bit. So that's one great thing about crayons. As you think, oh my gosh, the point's all gone. All you do is peel them down and you've got them all again. Ooh, that's nice, nice color. Alrighty. We're almost there. We're almost there. We're almost there. Okay, now we've got our beach ball all colored in. It looks pretty awesome. Now we're going to use our crayons. We don't even have to get, if you have darker ones of each color, you can do that, or you could just push hard. Now we got to think about it. We got to think our sun is shining right up here in the sky. So that's why our light spots are here and here, because the sun is reflecting on them and it's making it very bright that it has a reflection on it. So where would it, we got to think, where would it be darker? So it would be darker down toward the bottom of the ball. So I'm going to take my blue and I'm going to push really hard maybe even up a little bit up the side, because the sun's here, so underneath the beach ball, it's going to be a little darker. And you can blend it up into there if you want. Look how cool that looks. Now I'm going to take, I think my next color was orange. I'm going to do the same thing. The sun is shining here, so it's going to be dark underneath. So let's push hard. This is when I break my crayons usually. And maybe it'll be right up along the seam of that. Maybe that seam is a little bigger, so it's going to be a little darker around the edge of that. And I want to kind of make it curved. When you make your shadows, try to keep them curved, because the ball is curved. So we don't want to make a straight line across there. See how I made it kind of a nice gentle curve? And we'll go right down here and make it real dark. And then we're going to use our green color, do the exact same thing. I'm going to connect this a little bit here. I'm going to start going just like this. So the bottom half, so I know where I'm going. So I'm going to make the shadow kind of the same, almost like it's the same, it is the same shadow, but I'm changing colors in the middle of it. So I'm going to push hard. So it looks a little different. There we go. And maybe right up along the top of the, just like on here, maybe right along the seam, there's a little shadow on it. So I can go up a little tiny bit and do a little bit of a shadow. You can hardly see that one. And yellow's going to be a tough one, but I'm going to try to put it in darker down here. Yellow will not show up as well. And since this is the farthest thing from the sun, maybe this side of it would really be a little darker. So I'm really going to have to push for you to see it. Hopefully you can see the difference. See the difference of the shadowing? And we want to make sure it starts about the same place. There we go. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Now my red, sun's here, so maybe way over here will be a little darker. You don't have to shadow everything. You don't want to make everything the same kind of color. Ah, I just broke my crayon. I told you I'd do that when I pushed too hard. Now I got to go to the store and get a new box of crayons. All right, I like it. I like it. And I'm going to build, and you know what? While I'm doing this, I'm going to go back and get my blue, and maybe right around here where we have the top of the beach ball, maybe it's a little darker. I'm going to do that every color right around the edge of it. Oh, I like this beach ball. It's looking so realistic. Realistic means just what the word is, real. It looks real. And then let's do the yellow. Oh, my poor broken crayons. All right, oops, I'm using the wrong side. No wonder it's not working so good. All right, boys and girls, I think we did a great job on the beach ball. Now practice this. Remember, use the paper plate if you want to make a perfect circle, or you could just do what I did, and it's not so perfect here and there, but it turns out pretty good. So I will see you next Friday, and I think we're going to stick with another, maybe another beach theme, maybe something a little bit like this, but a big beach umbrella that we would use on the beach. I think that would be fun because it's kind of the same thing. And we're going to shade one more time. We'll do that again next week. So make sure you have your crayons out and ready to go next week. And we will see you for day 153. Yep, 153. And thank you for joining me. And now I want you, even though summer's here and you aren't with your teachers anymore, I want you to listen to your parents. Real important. Listen to your parents. Stay safe. Stay creative and be kind to each other, especially when it's really hot and it's easy to get cranky. Be kind to each other. We'll see you next week, everybody. Bye-bye now.